Hi, Pumpkin. Hello again, and welcome back to Boisterous Cock Farmstead. So, it's been a couple weeks since I last shot a video, and there's several reasons for that. We had both my parents and my wife's parents came to visit, and so it was kind of busy in the already under construction house, having people over, which we greatly enjoyed the visit, but it's just difficult to film when we want to do some visitation. So I took some time off, and during that time Pumpkin actually had her litter, and initially I was excited, but it has since been one of the most problematic litters that we've had for a variety of reasons. She had her litter on the 22nd of September, and right away there were some problem signs. She had not one, not two, but three small what would be considered runts compared to the size of the other babies within the same litter there, and even compared to the size of the babies that Tootsie had in the past. And Tootsie, both of her litters, the babies were very uniform in size, but Pumpkin's were not very uniform. And to add to that problem, within a couple days, the first baby was having trouble, which basically indicates that they didn't get enough colostrum, or they're not getting enough food from whatever teat that they latched onto. And she had 12. She only had 13 total teats, but 2 of them are very, very small and very close to other teats, and I wasn't even sure that they would produce anything. So that was actually the first runt that was pushed out. And what was odd was when she pushed the first baby out, actually 2 of them came out at the same time, and this was the smaller of the 2, which was actually about half the size of the other one. And on the second push, she pushed out another 2. One of them was smaller than the other. And so I'm not 100% sure of the ones that I lost. I don't know which one I lost for which reason or whatever, but it turned out, or what ended up happening, long story short, is I lost 3 babies within the first few days, and all basically the same issue. They stopped nursing. They were losing body temperature. I tried to get them to bottle feed. I do have some replacer milk on hand, though I don't have colostrum. But they weren't even trying to latch. They weren't trying to feed on the bottle, which in the past I've had success with having babies at least try to latch on, and then we've lost them because they just didn't have the gut health long term. So it was kind of slow. One happened one day, and then after that one died, the following day I had another one, which was not actually a runt. It was one of the larger males. So it wasn't just an issue of the smaller ones not making it. And then I lost a third one to the same situation. Stopped nursing, wasn't moving around, started getting cold even if it was under the heat lamp. I tried to get it to nurse to the bottle, was not eating anything, and so we were down from 12 to 9 after that, and then today, today is the 3rd of October. I think it's the day 11 after they were born. Was doing the castrations, and I had 3 males left that I needed to castrate. And if you watch the video of the jig, you can see, or the castration jig that I've used in the past, or that I just made for this last batch. The pigs that were 9 days old in that video were fitted to that jig, and then the ones that were 11 days old, I had 2 that were basically right at capacity for that jig, and I had 1 that was so small it was twisting around in the jig, so it wasn't growing. Was probably another runt or smaller pig, and I don't know if it happened when I cut, and it just was pushing so hard on the legs trying to get out of the restraint. But what ended up happening was the pig actually herniated the intestines out through the incision, and you pretty much have to have a vet to repair that, but we don't have any vets around. For one thing, it's Sunday, nobody's open today anyway. We don't have any vets that are around here readily available normally, but there is a mobile vet that sometimes I can get a hold of, but he mostly does larger farm calls with cattle ranches and things like that. So I would have had to have gotten a vet come out, do a suture on the rupture in the abdomen to get the intestines back in, and that's just not economically feasible for us. And so that one I had to put down, put it out of its misery, because it wasn't going to recover. So that means we're down to 8, and what stinks about that is, had we had 8 healthy babies, it would have been would have considered that a successful litter. As it turned out, we had 12, and we had some problematic babies. And so the ultimate call that I'm going to make about this is that I'm choosing not to breed Pumpkin again. It took almost 2 years to get her bred, and to have this many problems once she was bred, it's not a good recipe going forward. We do have her sister, who is a great mom. She threw 6 her first litter, 7 her second litter, and all of those are doing great, and we'll check in on those here in a little bit. And I'll go out and do some filming of the babies that are doing well with Pumpkin's litter. But it's just the reality of the lifestyle. In the past, I mean, this has been almost as upsetting. I think it might actually be more upsetting the first time I lost a chick that I tried to hatch. Because you try to do everything that you can for the animals, but sometimes just things happen during the gestation period that they're not healthy animals, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So this is one of those, I feel, and there's some people will disagree. They can say, that's what you get for castrating them yourself or whatever, but that's a necessity to be able to afford to raise these animals, because if I was paying a veterinarian to do all that stuff, there'd be no way that that I could afford raising the meat for myself or for any customers, because you're looking at adding like a $300 bill just to get castrated. So, and then the other thing, I guess you could just not castrate them and raise them out, but then you've got a very limited window with when you can actually butcher them. And I'm not guaranteed, I don't have enough customer base right now to guarantee that I can unload that many animals within that window of time. So I always try to be transparent on this channel, share the heartbreak, share the failures along with the successes, and hope that it's instructive for some people, comforting for some people who may go through the same thing, or have gone through the same thing and can understand exactly what we're going through right now. But anyway, that's the update, and I hope you guys continue to follow us and see how things progress. If you guys have any information or any techniques that you feel might be helpful to us or anybody else in the community, feel free to drop a comment down below. Please like this video. If you're not already, please consider subscribing to our channel. And as always, thanks for joining us, and God bless. Hi, babies. So these are Tootsie's babies, and I've got them in this little holding pen here to start to wean them. They're almost 7 weeks old, and they've been on pellets for the last couple weeks or so. So I just am getting them off of mama, both to reduce the stress on the mom, but also in the unlikely but possible chance that I need to have extra milk for these other babies that Pumpkin has. Maybe they'll nurse on Tootsie, but today's the first day that I have separated them, so I'll just have to kind of watch as we go. But we'll get some footage of these little babies in here, and hopefully the mama's not too upset right now. Hi, Pumpkin. Hi. Hi, Tootsie. So I still have the heat lamp on for the next few days. Usually I leave that on until they're 2 weeks old, and then I take it away, because then they can regulate their own body heat fairly well. And it's hard to tell, but we've got two brown ones. Hey, be nice. We've got two brown ones over there. We've got a couple cream colored ones, and then the rest are red. And we've got 2 castrated males now and 6 females that have made it through. So a lot of color variation compared to other litters that we've had, because obviously Tootsie's black, and the boars that I've used have been black. So with Pumpkin being red, we get some interesting color there. And I was hoping we might get some like spotted, but they do have a couple of these have like the chipmunk pattern on them. It's hard to tell in here with the light, but those are the babies that are left. All right, so that'll catch you guys up for now, and hope you guys join us again in the future. Bye-bye.